Hi, I welcome you all to this session where we are going to derive Schrodinger's wave equations, which is a mathematical model to describe any atomic particle which is in motion. And taking you along on this journey is Dr. Eunice Jerusha, an assistant professor of physics. Erwin Schrödinger was a keen observer of nature, and it prompted him to say, "What we observe as material bodies and forces are nothing but shapes and variations in the structure of space. It is these variations in the structure of space and time which are described by the Schrödinger's wave equations. These wave equations govern the behavior of a particle in a field of force or the change of a physical quantity over time." Schrödinger, who developed this equation, was awarded the Nobel Prize in the year 1933. Erwin Schrödinger, in the year 1926, obtained a mathematical expression describing the energy and position of the electron in space and time, taking into account the matter wave nature of the electron inside an atom, and he called this as the Schrödinger wave equation. He described that the electron, which was in motion, is a three-dimensional wave in an electric field of a positively charged nucleus. He derived this mathematical equation to describe the wave associated with the motion of various atomic particles such as the electrons, protons, neutrons, etc. The wave equation was obtained taking into consideration the classical plane wave equation, the de Broglie's hypothesis of matter waves, and the conservation of energy. And this wave equation is one of the basic equations in quantum mechanics. There are two forms of the Schrödinger wave equation. One is the time-dependent wave equation and the other is the time-independent wave equation. We now proceed to find an expression for the Schrödinger's time-dependent wave equation. According to classical mechanics, if x is the position of the particle moving with velocity v, then the displacement of the particle at any time t is given by y equals a e power minus I omega t minus x by v, where a is the amplitude and omega is the angular frequency of the particle. Similarly, in quantum mechanics, the wave function psi of x comma t represents the position x of a moving particle at any time t and is given by psi of x comma t equals a e power minus I omega t minus x by v. This is equation 1. We take omega on the inside of the expression for psi of x comma t, and we have psi of x comma t to be equal to a e power minus I omega t minus omega by v x. We now substitute for omega and omega by v. Let us see how that is done. In order to substitute for omega, we use the expression E is equal to h nu. We multiply and divide this expression for energy by 2 pi as shown here. H by 2 pi is the reduced Planck's constant, h cross, and 2 pi nu, as is known, is omega, the angular frequency. Cross multiplying, we have omega to be equal to E by h cross. We now have to make a replacement for omega by v, and this is how it is done. Omega we know is 2 pi nu, so we have 2 pi nu by v. We now write v by nu to be lambda, and we have 2 pi by lambda as our next expression. We now multiply and divide the numerator of 2 pi by lambda with h. H by 2 pi is h cross and h by lambda is p. So we have now p by h cross. Therefore, omega by v is equal to p by h cross. We substitute these two expressions, omega equal to E by h cross and omega by v equal to p by h cross in equation 1. On substitution, we obtain psi of x comma t to be equal to a e power minus I e by h cross t minus p by h cross x. Taking h cross out, we have psi of x comma t to be equal to a e power minus I by h cross and within parenthesis et minus px. This we call as equation 2. We differentiate this equation 2 of psi of x comma t twice with respect to x. On differentiating once, we have dou psi by dou x to be a e power minus I by h cross et minus px into ip by h cross. On differentiating this again, once again, we have dou square psi by dou x square to be equal to a e power minus I by h cross et minus px into I square p square by h cross square. This we call as equation 3. In this equation, we make a substitution in the following manner. Psi of x comma t is equal to a e power minus I by h cross et minus px and I square is minus 1. Therefore, equation 3 is transformed and written in this manner as dou square psi by dou x square equals psi into minus p square by h square. We take h cross square to the other side. Therefore, it becomes p square psi equals minus h cross square dou square psi by dou x square. This we call as equation 4. Now, we go ahead and differentiate psi once with respect to t. On differentiating, we have dou psi by dou t equals a e power minus I by h cross et minus px into minus I e by h cross. Since we know that a e power minus I by h cross et minus px is psi, we replace this with psi and therefore we have dou psi by dou t to be equal to psi into minus ie by h cross. We take minus I by h cross to the other side and therefore we are left out with e psi in the opposite side. Therefore, e psi turns out to be I by h cross dou psi by dou t, which we call as equation 5. We all know that the total energy E of a particle at any instant is given by E is equal to V plus half mv square. Multiplying and dividing the kinetic energy term, which is the second term, by m, we have E to be equal to V plus half m square V square by m. mv in the second term, which is there on the right hand side, is momentum p. And therefore, we now have E to be equal to V plus p square by 2m. We now multiply either side by the wave function psi. And we have E psi to be equal to V psi plus p square psi by 2m. This we call as equation 6. Into this equation 6, we bring in equations 4 and 5 and we have I h cross dou psi by dou t to be equal to V psi minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square. We arrange these terms and we have a new version of this equation as minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square plus V psi equals I h cross dou psi by dou t. This we represent as equation 8. And it is this equation 8 which is termed as the Schrodinger's one-dimensional time-dependent wave equation. For a free particle, the potential energy V is 0. and equation 8 can therefore be rewritten as minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square equals I h cross dou psi by dou t. This we represent as equation 9 and call this as the Schrodinger's one-dimensional time-dependent wave equation for a free particle. This equation 8, which we've earlier obtained, can be extended to the three-dimensional case also. For that, we bring in a new operator called as del square, and we have the new version of equation 8 as minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi equals I h cross dou psi by dou t. This we call as equation 10, and this del square is an operator called as a Laplacian operator, which is equal to dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. And this equation 10 is termed as the Schrodinger's three-dimensional time-dependent wave equation. We go ahead now rewrite this equation 10 for the case of a free particle, and we have v to be 0 therefore in equation 10, and we have minus h cross square by 2m del square psi to be equal to I h cross dou psi by dou t. Equation 11 represents the Schrodinger's three-dimensional time-dependent wave equation for a free particle. Equation 10 can still be rewritten in another form. Let us see what it is. We take psi on the outside for the RHS of equation 10, and we have this form now: I h cross dou psi by dou t equals v minus h cross square by 2m del square psi. We call this to be written in the form of an operator. We call I h cross dou by dou t as the energy operator and v minus h cross square by 2m del square as the Hamiltonian operator. Therefore, writing in terms of the energy and Hamiltonian operators, we have equation 12 to be rewritten as E psi equals h psi, where h is called as the Hamiltonian operator given by v minus h cross square by 2m del square, and the energy operator is given by E is equal to I h cross dou by dou t. Let us now proceed to find an expression for the Schrodinger's time-independent wave equation. In order to obtain this, our starting equation is the wave function psi of x comma t equals a e power minus I by h cross into et minus px, which we represent as equation 1. As seen from this equation, we have a time-dependent part and a time-independent part. Therefore, we split this equation into two parts. Let us see how it's done. These two parts are called as the time-dependent factor and the time-independent factor. Therefore, psi of x comma t is written as a into e power minus I e t by h cross into e power I p x by h cross, which we represent as equation 2. The time-independent factor, which is e power I p x by h cross, we represent as psi of x, and therefore we have now equation 2 in its new form as psi of x comma t equals a psi of x e power minus I e t by h cross. This we denote as equation 4. This equation 4, we go ahead and differentiate it once with respect to time t, and we obtain dou psi by dou t to be equal to a psi of x e power minus I e t by h cross into minus I e by h cross. We represent this equation as equation number 5. We now differentiate equation 4 twice with respect to x. We get on differentiating once dou psi by dou x to be equal to a e power minus iet by h cross into dou psi by dou x. On differentiating again, we have dou square psi by dou x square to be equal to a e power minus iet by h cross into dou square psi by dou x square. This we call as equation 6. Next, we proceed to substitute equations 4, 5 and 6 in the Schrodinger's one-dimensional time-dependent wave equation, which is IH cross dou psi by dou t equal to V psi minus H cross square by 2m into dou square psi by dou x square. In the place of dou psi by dou t, we substitute equation 5, and in the place of psi, we substitute equation 4, and in the place of dou square psi by dou x square, we substitute equation 6. Therefore, we now have IH cross a psi of x e power minus iet by h cross into minus ie by h cross equal to V a psi of x e power minus iet by h cross minus h cross square by 2m a e power minus iet by h cross into dou square psi by dou x square. Looking at this equation, we have some common terms which are a and e power minus iet by h cross, which gets cancelled across the three terms present in this equation. Then we also observe in the first term that we have I, and here we have a minus I. Combining these two, we have plus 1 and h cross in the denominator and h cross in the numerator get cancelled out. So we are left out with just E psi. Let us see what the rewritten equation is now after simplification. It is E psi of x equal to V psi of x minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square, which we represent as equation 7. We rearrange these terms again and we have a different form of the above equation as h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square plus e minus v into psi of x equal to 0. Multiplying by 2m by h cross square, we have dou square psi by dou x square plus 2m by h cross square into e minus v psi equals 0. This is represented as equation 8 and it is called as the Schrodinger's one-dimensional time-independent wave equation. For the case of a free particle where the potential energy V is equal to 0, equation 8 is rewritten as dou square psi by dou x square plus 2m by h cross square E psi is equal to 0. This is represented as equation 9 and is named as the Schrodinger's one-dimensional time-independent wave equation for a free particle. This equation 8 can be extended for the three-dimensional case as well, where we rewrite it as del square psi plus 2m by h cross square into E minus v psi equal to 0, which is represented by equation 10, and it is named as the Schrodinger's three-dimensional time-independent wave equation. Here we have used the Laplacian operator del square, which is dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. For a free particle, the potential energy V is 0 and equation 10 is rewritten as del square psi plus 2m by h cross square into E psi is equal to 0. This is represented by equation 11 and is named as the Schrodinger's three-dimensional time-independent wave equation for a free particle. To summarize, we have the various Schrodinger's wave equations. First of all, let us see what is the Schrodinger's time-dependent wave equation for a bound particle as well as a free particle in the one-dimensional as well as in the three-dimensional cases. First, for a bound particle, the Schrodinger's time-dependent wave equation is minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square plus v psi is equal to I h cross dou psi by dou t. This is for the one-dimensional case. For the three-dimensional case, our equation turns out to be minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi is equal to I h cross dou psi by dou t. For the case of a free particle and the one-dimensional case, we have minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square equal to I h cross dou psi by dou t. For a particle moving in three dimensions, it is minus h cross square by 2m del square psi equal to I h cross dou psi by dou t. Writing the Schrodinger's time-dependent wave equation in terms of operators, we have I h cross dou psi by dou t equal to v minus h cross square by 2m del square psi. And writing in terms of the energy operator and the Hamiltonian operator, it turns out to be E psi equal to H psi. The Schrodinger's time-independent wave equations for the bound particle and free particle are as follows. For the bound particle and for a particle moving in the one-dimension realm, we have dou square psi by dou x square plus 2m by h cross square into E minus v psi equal to 0. For a particle moving in three dimensions, it is del square psi plus 2m by h cross square E minus v psi equal to 0. For the case of a free particle, and if the particle is going to move in one dimension, it is dou square psi by dou x square plus 2m by h cross square E psi equal to 0. For the free particle moving in three dimensions, it is del square psi plus 2m by h cross square E psi equal to 0. Thank you for your patient listening.